Level 1. The Informant. You're 14. You don't volunteer. You're noticed. A teacher asks you to stay after class. Simple questions. Who talks too much? Who complains? You answer without thinking. A week later, a man waits outside. Plain jacket, calm voice. He gives you a small notebook. Write anything unusual. No badge, no title, just help. You start watching people. Neighbors, whispers, closed curtains. You write names, small details. Once a week, you hide the notebook under a loose brick. Every time, it disappears. Then one day, a neighbor is gone. Door locked, no explanation. You understand your notes matter. Your family gets extra food. Teachers treat you better. You say nothing. You stop seeing people as neighbors. You see risks, patterns, mistakes. You're still just a kid. No uniform, no authority, but you learn the first rule. Information is power. And now, you're inside. Level 2. The Observer. You're 16. They don't ask anymore. They assign. A man meets you after school. New instructions. One family, one building, watch them. You sit on a bench across the street. Notebook in your pocket. Hours of nothing. You record everything. Who comes in, who leaves, how long the lights stay on. The father comes home late. The daughter whispers on the stairwell. A radio plays too quietly behind closed windows. Once a week, you report in person now. No more loose bricks. You speak, they listen. They tell you what matters. Foreign visitors, extra food, too many questions. You start to understand the system. You're not watching crime. You're watching loyalty. One night, the building goes dark. A black car arrives. 2 men walk inside. The next morning, the family is gone. Neighbors pretend not to notice. You feel something in your stomach. Fear or pride? You're not sure anymore. Your rewards get better. Extra rations, priority lines, quiet respect from people who don't know why. You stop thinking like a student. You think like a camera, always watching, never seen. And you learn the next rule. Observation is control. Level 3. The Field Agent. You're 18. You're not observing anymore. You're acting. They give you a plain uniform. No insignia, no name tag. You don't need one. Your first job is simple. Knock on a door, ask questions, watch reactions. A man answers. He smiles too much. You step inside anyway. You check drawers, books, radios, letters. You take anything suspicious. The family stands in silence. Nobody argues. Everyone knows how this works. You file a report. Someone else decides what happens next. Soon, you're doing night visits. Quiet streets. Lights turning on as you knock. Sometimes people cry. Sometimes they deny everything. Sometimes they confess before you even speak. You learn not to react. No anger, no sympathy. Just procedure. One evening, you escort someone into a vehicle. They ask where they're going. You don't answer. The next day, their apartment is empty. Your superiors nod. You're reliable. You feel different now. People move out of your way. Conversations stop when you enter a room. You're not watching the system anymore. You are the system. And you learn the next rule. Fear works faster than words. Level 4. The Interrogator. You're 22. You don't chase people anymore. They bring them to you. A small room, metal table, one chair on each side. Your job isn't to prove anything. Your job is to get a confession. You ask simple questions, same ones again and again. Hours pass. The room feels smaller. Some stay quiet, some talk too much. Everyone breaks eventually. You learn patience. Silence is a tool. You don't raise your voice. You just keep asking. The longer they sit, the more they doubt themselves. They start correcting their own story. That's when you know you're close. When they sign the paper, your work is done. You don't decide what happens after. You don't ask. More cases appear, more faces, different stories, same ending. You stop seeing people. You see results. Your supervisors praise your numbers, fast confessions, clean reports. You learn the next rule. Truth doesn't matter. Only confession does. Level 5. The section leader. You're 27. You don't question people anymore. You manage the ones who do. You have your own office now. A desk, files stacked high, agents waiting for your decisions. Your district is your responsibility. Surveillance, reports, arrests. Everything passes through you. Young agents bring you names. You approve operations. You decide who gets watched and who disappears. You rarely go into the field. You sign papers instead. One signature can change a life. Targets become numbers. Cases become statistics. Your superiors want results. More confessions, more loyalty reports. Always more. Agents compete for your approval. You reward the efficient ones. You replace the weak ones. People in your district learn your name. They never say it out loud. You realize something. Power isn't shouting orders. Power is paperwork no one can question. And you learn the next rule. Distance makes decisions easy. Level 6. The Internal Security Officer. You're 32. Now you don't watch citizens. You watch everyone else. Army officers, police commanders, party officials. No one is above suspicion. Your job is quiet. Background checks, private reports, conversations nobody knows happened. You sit in meetings and say little. You're there to listen, to notice hesitation, to remember who speaks too confidently. Sometimes you open files on people you used to salute, old colleagues, former mentors. You learn quickly, loyalty is temporary. Fear lasts longer. When someone makes a mistake, you document it. When someone looks too ambitious, you report it. Promotions vanish overnight. Careers end without explanation. You don't arrest people yourself. You just send the report upward. And then they disappear. You sleep less now because you understand something new. If everyone is being watched, so are you. And you learn the next rule. In this system, trust is the first weakness. Level 7. The Directorate Strategist. You're 38. You're no longer in the field. You're behind the plants. A quiet office, maps on the walls, reports from every region on your desk. You don't watch people directly anymore. You study patterns, trends, risks, where loyalty is weakening. Others carry out the operations. You decide where they happen. You write strategies no one sees. Who gets monitored? Who gets promoted? Which problems disappear quietly? Meetings are short. Everyone listens when you speak. You don't need threats. Your decisions move entire departments. Sometimes you recognize names from years ago, people you once interrogated. Now they're just data points. Success means stability. Failure means questions, and questions are dangerous. You speak less these days. You think more, because you understand the system better than most. Power isn't force. Power is prediction. And you learn the next rule. The one who controls the plan controls everyone. Level 8. The Shadow Executive. You're 45. You don't appear in reports anymore. You appear between them. Your office has no sign, no photos, no official title anyone says out loud. You meet with generals, party officials, foreign visitors who never ask your real job. You don't run operations, you shape them. Border security, defectors, information leaving and entering the country. Your words don't sound like orders, but people treat them like law. You know secrets no one else knows. Who's loyal? Who's pretending? Who's already finished but doesn't know it yet? You travel quietly. No public records. No photographs. The higher you climb, the quieter everything becomes. You trust fewer people now, maybe no one, because you've learned something dangerous. At this level, mistakes aren't punished, they're erased. And you learn the next rule. The closer you are to power, the easier it is to disappear. Level 9, the disappearance. You're 50. You've spent decades inside the system. You know too much, too many names, too many secrets. One day, the calls stop, meetings get canceled, your messages go unanswered. You're told to wait, just temporary, they say. Then your access disappears, your office is reassigned, your files are gone. People avoid your eyes in the hallway. They move past you like you're already invisible. A car arrives one night. No explanation, no questions. You don't resist. You understand how this ends. The next morning, your name isn't on any list. Your position never existed. Your work never happened. Someone else sits at your desk now. The system keeps moving, quiet, efficient, unchanged. And you learn the final rule. No one leaves the shadows. They only fade into them.